dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew? We back, baby. We got another Degenerocity. This can be a classic video for us, though. Because this is right down my alley.
Yeah.
Deaf doesn't equal good music. Is this the truth or not, see?
Deaf doesn't.
That's what I said. Equal.
I'm comprehending. Deaf doesn't equal good music.
Because you know, when an artist...
No, deaf doesn't equal good music.
You know, when a lot of artists pass away...
Yeah.
A lot of people try to speak upon them as though they were like this great music artists, and a lot of people probably have never heard of them.
Yeah,
and now they want to go soak up the music. Like he had the potential. Like if we can,
always so weird to me.
Because I always be like, if we could really be honest, if people want to listen to them when they were here,
they don't.
Like 9 times out of 10, if they stay here another 10 years, they probably won't have. You know, like some artists, I will say, people jumped on a bandwagon that I had been listening to for a while, and I'd be like, the music was good, but y'all some fake ass following ass people. But that's the majority of the world, though.
Yeah.
Know? But deaf doesn't equal good music.
No, it doesn't.
And some artists, honestly, I have messed with way before. Then over time, they music I just now kind of stopped messing with. Yeah. And then they die, and I just be like, I still ain't gonna listen to it because I wasn't feeling the music before they passed.
Yeah, I feel you.
So I ain't finna go with that fake energy, bro.
Yep.
With that being said, man, let's see what we got to say. Make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you gotta do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it with a thumbs up.
And we want to hear y'all comments, man. Make sure you spam it up in the comment section. Do you think deaf equals good music? I want to hear what y'all got to say with that, man. Let's go.
Music artists. They are some of the most popular talents around, with their music spreading its influence, sometimes even going worldwide in their respective genre. I'm sorry if you had a heart attack trying to understand what I was trying to say. I'm bad at these kind of intros. What I'm trying to say is musicians are pretty popular. And if you're popular, you're most likely loved and respected by a large group of people. And if you're really popular, you're at the very least respected in not only your own music genre, but in this whole scale of music across every genre. Right. Which then makes these artists superstars, even some influencing the next generation of superstars. So when one of these artists are met with their unexpected death, everyone of their fans and the music community in general mourn their deaths. And during this mourning period, we all start to look back at the artist's music and see how much love and maybe even influence this artist brought to their fans and genre. This is the part where the word legend starts to get thrown around. To each their own, music is subjective, but I think that being called a legend is getting a little too common nowadays, having the word start to lose its meaning. I'm very bad at writing these kind of...
I will say that is true. That is true. Like, throwing around the term legend, I'm like,
it gets thrown around
like,
very loosely.
And it's, I'm going to tell you how it normally gets thrown around with younger people. Mm-hmm. Younger crowds love to say people are legends. Yeah. And I'm like, if they ain't really had no time and really no impact, like real impact within their genre, like, I will say this. I believe Juice WRLD had a lot of potential before, like, you know what I'm saying? But I like, personally, I didn't think he made it to that legend status. Do I believe he had potential to become a legend? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, hearing he was very talented and he had a lot of opportunity. He just didn't make it to where he possibly could get to.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So I'm like, but you can say he's a great artist for his time period and for what he gave. Yeah. But just with a lot of people, y'all like to throw the legends around. I'm like, nah. But not just him. It's a lot of people out there.
I feel you.
I just think he is one of those ones who died before their time. You know what I'm saying?
You read the title. You know what I'm about to be talking about today. Dying doesn't equal good music. But before I go off on this topic, no, I will not be talking about an artist's death or the way they died or them as a person. That has nothing to do with their music. May all the artists that have passed that I mentioned in this video rest in peace, and I hope the best for their families. I'm not going to be disrespecting them whatsoever. I will be disrespecting their music though. And also, music is subjective. You got that? We all on the same page? Alright then. Juice WRLD music sucks. I'm just kidding. I will be talking about him later though. What is a legend? Well, the definition of it is an extremely famous person, especially in a particular field. Well, by that definition, anybody can be a legend, but I feel when people use the word, they use it when saying the artist is up there with some of the all-time greats. Like using the word legend is like using the word GOAT. Another word that gets thrown around like loose change. And terms like those are brought up the most when an artist dies or when YoungBoy drops, because you know that artist impacted many people's lives in a positive way, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's completely understandable for people to feel that way for an artist that they loved. But I start to raise my eyebrows a bit when peeps start to say, yeah, they're up there with the S tiers. They're some of the best to ever do it. And I'm all like,
oh, brother, whoa, now. You got too much dip on your chip.
I know most of these guys
That is true, though. That is true. I will say, you know what I'm saying? Hey. Now to throw around some like them old school legends, I'm like, hold on now, brother. Hey, you ain't create your own music now. Hold on. You sampled a lot. You know what I'm saying? Using a lot of samples, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Ray Charles, that's a legend.
Yeah, most definitely.
Little Richard, legend, could create music. I need somebody who could create, not just take what somebody already done and try to put your own twist to it. They ain't no legend, bro. You just copy it. You know what I'm saying? It's different to legend now.
Decent artists. Hell, I would even say some of them are pretty gosh darn good. But would I bring them up with the actual GOATs? No, I wouldn't. I do not think some of these artists are good enough to be ranked as highly as they are. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing but respect for these artists. May they rest in peace. But a good chunk of them make only okay music.
Like, for example, King Von, may he rest in peace, but I'm not the biggest fan of his music.
I do think he has his bangers, but I do think the majority of his music is aight, nothing to go crazy over. No disrespect though, I definitely think he's a cool artist and would have wanted to see more from him, but I would not say he's a legend.
True. I ain't gonna hold you. You can argue with me with this one all you want to. I listen to Von. I listen to every post. I forgot post. What's it? Post what? It's early in the morning.
I don't even know.
Like when you put out music after you die. I forgot the term.
Oh, okay.
It's post something. I forgot. You probably don't know right now. It's early in the morning for us. But I'll say this. I think he had a lot of potential. Now, I really enjoy his storytelling.
Yeah, great storytelling.
And I think he could have evolved into something.
Most definitely, yeah.
But his career was cut way short. He only was around, 2-3 years? To be real? Like, as far as rapping, like 2018, died in 20, you know what I'm saying? 21, 22, 2020, 2020. It was one of those years. Yeah. But super early. Mm-hmm. I think he had a lot of potential. His storytelling was starting to get real good. But to be real, outside of the street shit. Yeah. Could he have, does he have any music outside of just with the streetness? Nah, but I think he could have got there. And possibly, I think once he's got better as an artist, his wordplay, you know what I'm saying?
Possibly, but
you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't use the term legend.
No.
I just would say a good artist gone too soon. That's all.
Song fire though. And while hearing me say all these things, you probably thinking, bruh, why can't you let niggas enjoy things? If people want to call their favorite artists GOATs and legends, then why not let them have that opinion? Well, to quote my favorite gay Twitch streamer,
you know, I realize there's just a lot of hating ass niggas in this world, and I'm one of them.
I can't let these niggas think their favorite artist is one of the best. May they souls rest in peace and their lives were cut off too short. But I can't pretend that these guys' music are on the same level as Pac or Biggie's. But what am I trying to say with this dying doesn't equal good music argument? What's the point I'm trying to make? The point is I think people be too quick to call someone a GOAT of their genre when they pass, not taking into account that 90% of this person's music is mid or okay at best. It's like any artist, good or terrible, could be called a legend when they die. Like take Smoke Perp. That nigga sucks! But best believe peeps are gonna be calling him a GOAT if he were to die tomorrow. They gonna be saying, another legend gone too soon. Man, Smoke Perp was up there with the greats, man. He was also one of the best freestylers in the game, period. Remember that time? Remember that time when he said he was a motherfucking boner? Man, that gotta be top 10 bars of all time, man. We are well aware of this man's trash music. Like, I don't like bringing up sales, but look at his sales. This nigga went triple plastic. Ain't nobody listening to this man's music. But you know he will have peeps calling him a legend the day he meets God. And even though I say this, I'm not saying if an artist you don't like dies, you should comment L plus ratio plus YB better. No, don't do that. That's actually mad rude and disrespectful. And you're lame if you do something like that. That's just super messed up. Just comment RIP and move on. You don't gotta say nothing more than that. And you might ask, who are my dead goats? Who do I consider a legend based on the shit I'm talking about these other people? And I feel one of the best legends to ever do it is David Bowie. I know he's not a rapper, but just hear me out. David Bowie has released some of the greatest music of all time. The rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust and Aladdin Sane.
And I'll say this, I ain't never listened to David Bowie. Do I know him? Yeah. Have I seen him? Yeah. Would I be disrespectful to say, nah, he ain't no legend? Hell yeah, I would be disrespectful. Because I ain't never endured. But, well, I'll say this. His impact is still felt. That's how you know somebody is a legend or not. They can die years later, their music still being, you know what I'm saying? Like, impacted as far as other people sampling, using, trying to recreate, you know what I'm saying? It's different when never mind.
God tier albums. His hits are also goated too. Like Heroes is a top 10 song, period, just ever. And it's even crazier that his album Black Star, an album he made about his own death, was released 2 days before his actual death. An amazing album, by the way. But I don't know, combined with his death, that album hits me a lot harder. I know he ain't a rapper, but I can say more of the same things about Pac and Biggie too. I just wanted to appreciate Bowie because I might not mention him in the video again, but I think Bowie truly is a legend. Now what if I were to switch David Bowie's music legacy with YB and the Mirrors? You think I would still be praising him like now? Absolutely not. Would I even consider him a GOAT or a legend? Hell no! I see them hate when I was down. They never thought I would blow up and get them racks. Hey, that nigga, dumbass nigga, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit! In my opinion, you should only be considered a GOAT or a legend if you made good music. And this makes me move on to the two most popular rappers that have sadly been taken away from us too soon. XXX and Juice WRLD. Let me start with X, cause I have a lot more to say about him. Now, I remember back when I was in 8th grade, that was the time when X blew up with Look At Me. And holy shit, that song made me go crazy. In a good way. That song is so good. I still love it to this day. And in 8th grade, everybody was rapping it, and I couldn't get enough of it. With that song, it immersed me into X's music. And I loved his music instantly. I ain't never heard music as hype as his at the time. X's songs was the type of music that just makes you want to break shit.
I will say, his impact at the time was great. Because honestly, he had a lot of motherfucking little clones of his own. A lot of people was trying to be like X. Like, they wanted that same buzz X got. They want that same feel. I'll just say, X, he didn't put out enough music. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we got enough from him while he was here. A lot of times you'll hear, a lot of times, Look At Me couldn't even become as successful as it was because he was locked up some of the time. You know what I'm saying? And that be with some rappers, I'd be like, bro, like, the impact of your music could be way better if you could be, you know what I'm saying, if you was free or something. But unfortunately, his was like cuts too short. Too short, yeah. By some hating ass niggas, man.
Entire SoundCloud catalog and Members Only Volume 3 was on my repeat back then. I was in love with his SoundCloud bangers, so when he switched to his more sad music, I was caught by surprise. But I was completely fine with it, cause that was fine too! Every song on 17 I had on repeat. And Love, ooh, I was singing that like I was Trippie Redd himself. Ooh, please don't throw your love away. Please don't throw your love away. Please don't throw your love away. Yeah, 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 yeah. Where's my contract? Where's my deal? Bro, writing this script down is making me remember how much of an X fan I used to be. Like, I remember my IG profile pic used to be in a Kotsky drawing of his mugshot. I'll put it on screen if I find it. I really was a big X fan. So when his death happened, it hit me hard. I remember I was actually pretty hurt when I saw the news. And since then, my love has dwindled. Not that I still don't love his music, it's just that you can't really make stuff when you're gone. Really, the only posthumous album I liked from him was Members Only 4. Saying this all out loud is getting me emotional because I really forgot how much I loved X's music. Maybe because slowly after his death was when I started really listening to Ye's music. But yeah, I love XXXTentacion's music, and I do consider him a legend. Now, Juice WRLD, on the other hand, I'ma just be upfront. I ain't the biggest fan of his music. I mean, I do like Goodbye and Good Riddance. I do think it's a good album with a lot of replayability. But other than that, all of his other albums just don't hit for me. Like, I feel like, no offense to the Juice WRLD fans, and RIP Juice WRLD, but I feel like he makes middle school heartbreak music. Like, I can just see a kid asking out his crush over text, and he gets...
I can see it. I can see what you're talking about, my guy. I can see what you... And I said a lot of times, especially when new artists, their impact is always felt with ages younger than them. It's hard for an artist to be able to make music that's relatable to a crowd older than them.
Fact.
So when Juice WRLD came out, I wasn't trying to listen to Juice WRLD because I was like, hey, you know, correlate to where I'm at in my life.
Resonate with you.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I'm older than this shit. So you know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why a lot of people be like, oh, y'all some old heads. You can call it what you want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, but also how I look at legendary music is like how still impactful are their music once they die. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Are people still being able to put their music on?
Facts.
A lot of people, a lot of times lately, when artists pass, they stop playing their music.
Yeah.
Like, they sales always drive up once any artist pass away. But I'm talking about the effect like a year or two later. Are people still playing their music?
5 years, 10 years later.
Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
Elvis Presley, a motherfucking legend. Them motherfuckers still go to his house. You know what I'm saying? After all these years, Michael Jackson, too bad he got rid of, you know what I'm saying, Neverland. They'll be at that motherfucker all the time, you know? Like, you got to think about it. Even Tina Turner, boom, big legend. You know what I'm saying? You got James Brown. Those are, like, legends, like, people who want to make... Now, upon their genre and upon their, like music line, Juice WRLD will be a legend amongst that sound. King Von will be like a drill legend, like drill music
amongst the sound of music that they made.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying, impact amongst that lane of music. But as far as the trajectory when it comes down to music overall, it's like it's very rare. Like you can put legendary status on people, and not taking away from what the music that they did put out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying when somebody passed.
I don't feel. Go. No, I was about to say I don't feel like you have to use the word like legend or gold or whatever.
I think we just use that too much.
Like people use it too. Y'all just like give everybody like you can big somebody up or praise them or whatever. Yeah. Like they had great quality music or y'all love their music or whatever. Or give them their flowers when they hear, when they gone, whatever. But definitely when they hear. But legend, gold. I think that's used a little too. We put that title on a little bit too many people.
Yeah, especially in the sports world too.
Impact like that. Like you impact the audience that gravitated towards you, but as a whole, like no.
Like you want me to tell you, like some artists that you know for a fact are legend. When they captivate the young audience, and that's who and then the young audience can some type of way get their parents to be like, okay, this person ain't that bad. Right, you'd be like, oh, that person good then. You know what I'm saying? If you can get the parents to approve, you'd be like, that person good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you can't go to the barbecue and just put anybody.
Hey, you know this person? I like that little song.
And then you ask your grandma, you be like, because you gotta look at the generation like Michael Jackson.
Like they not.
Michael Jackson impacted multiple generations. His older generation, his generation, and younger generation.
You have kids. I be seeing videos. You have kids that he's been gone for how long, and you have little kids that never even was able to witness him in real time. That's want to be Michael Jackson, dancing like him. Thriller this and so
like Whitney Houston, like you got those who just impact and are just different,
facts,
and will never be replaced. Those are legends. Those are our music legends.
And then he goes straight to Snapchat with a Bart Simpson crying pic with all girls are the same in the background playing. That's the audience I think his music is for. And maybe you can say the same thing about X and 17, but I don't care. I like 17 a lot. And Juice WRLD just isn't for me. And I'm fine if you consider him a legend. There ain't nothing wrong with considering an artist that you love a legend. Like, even though I was making fun of Smoke Perp earlier, if you like his music and think he's a legend, then fine, nigga, I might make fun of you about it, but don't let me stop you from liking what you like. All I'm trying to say is I don't gotta see them as a legend or a GOAT because of their unfortunate passing. May they rest in peace. But if you love their music, you can look at them as a GOAT and a legend, and I'm fine with that. And that's kind of all I wanted to say. I could end it here, but there's one more artist I have to talk about because I don't like this guy's music at all. May he rest in peace, and I wish his family well, but I just gotta get this off my chest.
Get up.
Emo kids, cover your ears. You're not gonna like what I gotta say. Lil Peep's music is shit. It's doo-doo. Poopy caca poo-poo. I'm sorry, man. I had to say it. It's just been itching my neck for the longest time. I have listened to too much Lil Peep. Too much. And I can confidently say I do not like this man's music. And I tried to like it. I did. But he's clearly just not for me. It's just too emo. And it's not like I can't get into emo music. The Black Parade is pretty good. But when listening to Lil Peep, it feels like in all of his songs, it just sounds the same. Through my ears, the average Lil Peep song sounds like this.
Cobain, cocaine, swallowing these pills like lo mein. Cobain, cocaine.
I don't know, man. May he rest in peace, and he was gone too soon. And if you think he's a legend, then good for you. And I wish you the best. But he ain't for me. The song with him and X was good, though. You know that song? Come, let's watch the rain as it's falling down. That song is pretty good, making me feel like Marilyn Manson. And that's the only Lil Peep song I like, and that's really all I have to say about everything. I feel like my point has hopefully been understood by y'all. I know there's a lot of artists I didn't really talk about, like Amy, Mac, Nipsey, MJ, or even Pac and Biggie. They're all great, especially MJ and Biggie. And like I said for the millionth time, may all these artists rest in peace. And that's kind of all I wanted to say. In conclusion, comment your favorite artist that has passed, I guess. And eat your vegetables. Follow me on Twitter. That's all. Have a good day.
I say this.
Have a good day.
When Lil Peep passed, never had heard of him. And I saw everybody, like, legend gone too soon. I'm like, a lot of people had never
heard of him or his music?
Never heard of him. When he passed,
yeah,
I had never heard of him.
I don't know why I feel like I've seen the name, but I can't say if I've seen the name after he passed or before he passed.
I want to say 9
know
times
for
out of 10
sure,
it was after.
But I know for sure I've never heard his music.
And I never went to listen to his music, so I ain't gonna comment on it. But I did see a lot of people's like legend gone too soon. I'm like,
yeah.
And maybe if I'll say this. I think I did try to play one song after he passed, and it's just one of my still-up.
And someone else on this list that he mentioned, I never heard their music either. And if I did hear, I can't remember. I can't even I don't even know his name. I don't know if he just light skin or mixed. I can't remember. He had mentioned him on the list. He had said something about even if his freestyles and stuff were good or something.
Oh, you talking about Smoke Perp?
Smoke Perp.
He ain't dead.
Oh, he ain't
alive.
Dead? Oh.
He the one who showed up and went nobody at his...
yeah. That's him.
Hold on.
Is that him?
I might be getting somebody twisted.
Because there's so many like in the same little category.
Which is
it's
true.
hard to like... I don't listen to the music like that, so I just might be getting him.
Hold on. Let me just correct myself.
Well, sorry to that man. Sorry to that man.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry to that man.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say he was dead. I didn't say that. I just said somebody else he mentioned on this list that I never heard their music before.
Yeah, when he showed up, this was the crowd. Like,
yeah, I remember that situation, but I had never heard his music before, and I was just like, oh, that's sad. That's unfortunate.
Nah, he's still alive.
Yeah, but okay.
He's still alive.
I ain't say the man was gone. I just said I never heard his music. But anyway.
But I'll say this, like, you do have those, like, Amy Winehouse, I think she was very talented, bro. Yeah. Her voice, but I don't think she put out enough, like, music catalog to, you know. I think she was just gone too soon. Mac Miller gone too soon.
Yeah,
there's a lot of them gone too soon. Me being a Nipsey Hussle fan, I am a Nipsey Hussle fan. I was stamping to prove it, everything.
I stamping to prove it for you, yeah.
Alright, I put people, and not even just you. I put a lot of people on Nipsey.
Don't be putting me.
I put a lot of people on Nipsey. I would listen to Nipsey back in like 08, 09.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Them early days of Nipsey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With him and the whole West Coast.
Did you put me on?
Yeah, I put you on.
Anyway.
Would I consider Nipsey a legend? No. Would I consider him a South Central legend? Yes. What his impact as far as his community, everything, he's a legend upon over there. Over the whole music, he never got to that status yet.
Yeah.
I think he had potential. If you rock with his music, if you like vibe, he put you into that hustler mindset, and you wanted to grind and go get it. But as far as impactful in my life, he's very impactful in my life.
Yeah.
But as a legend, I can't put him there.
Yeah.
Even Dolph, huge Dolph fan, was able to interview Dolph in college.
Yeah.
Would I put Dolph as a legend? No. Impactful in my life and time period in my life? Yes, legend. Can't put him there.
And that's cool.
So.
And I feel like for a lot of people, it's just kind of like, I guess, how you look at it. And if you feel like these people that you love or, support are legends in your life, then
put them in and I always say this, put it in realistic form.
Yeah.
Quit going off your emotional and your mindset. Put it in realistic terms before categorizing these people, man. But hey, man, make sure y'all spam us up. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts and opinions about it in the comment section, man. But as always, I do go by the name Degenerocity. This is We are.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.